Hey everyone, Nubkeks here, welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. In today's video I'm going to be playing some Valla and showing you guys how to play the multi-shot build for Valla. So actually, funnily enough, I wanted to do a video kind of on multi-shot Valla in the first place, because I've obviously been playing only Q build recently, and then literally after I recorded this video, the Q build did get a nerf. So I'm expecting actually multi-shot to be much more relevant to the meta now than it has been recently. But yeah, just worth noting that my Qs are hitting in this game slightly harder than they normally would. Now, it's not a huge deal. It's more of a big deal when you go into the Q talents, where obviously you've got a large multiplier in terms of your damage versus, damage versus like non-heroics, heroic targets of Hungering Arrow level 1. So that stuff is going to be nerfed down a bit more. But it will have a very small impact on this, so just bear that in mind. I don't think it will be anything substantial or meaningful, but just worth pointing out. So I'm looking to play Valla here. Tomb of the Spider Queen. I think it's a great map for Valla. I mean, to be fair, most maps are pretty good maps for Valla. I'd say perhaps not the larger maps definitely are not as good for her. What's she good at? She's very squishy. She does a very high amount of damage. She's very good at pushing lanes. And she's good in those, in bigger team fights, I say she's very good. Now, she's not as good in smaller skirmishes where, you know, with less protection, she's more vulnerable to being dove and blown up by other heroes. So, for example, I wouldn't be a massive fan of her on a map like Warhead Junction. You know, someone like Greymane, for example, I think would fit better in there in terms of the dueling. But yeah, Tomb of the Spider Queen is really nice for her. You know, the wave clear that you can bring, the control, and those longer team fights can be super duper valuable. The enemy team, we first pick Garrosh, which is fantastic. The enemy team gets a Nazebo and a Chromie. So I'm hovering this late Valla. Really nice, one of our teammates is going to pick up a Tastar. So obviously Tastar Valla is a fantastic combo. Like I said there right at the start, what's Valla's biggest weakness? Well, she's very squishy. That's her biggest weakness. She's got very few hit points. So you're very vulnerable to being bursted and blown up. And obviously going up against a Chromie, that's a pretty scary thing, because Chromie can legitimately one-shot you if she lands a full combo with Temporal Loop, so that's kind of scary. But Tastar will give us a lot of protection from that, you know, the extra HP from shields. We do a lot of damage with basic attacks with Valla, so we'll heal up plenty of HP thanks to those shields as well. So that ought to give us quite a bit of protection. Our teammate does lock in Lucio as the healer, which is an intriguing choice. It doesn't have cleanse against the Chromie, which is something of a risk. But will be really nice for late game healing, and I think it is a nice map for Lucio. I mean, I think Lucio is really good, just obviously the lack of cleanse does put a bit of pressure on us. Then we team bans out Zagara, so I'm going to ban out Sonya, just removing some of those solo laners. I think Zagara and Malthael are both very good against Sonya, so I want to remove her from the board. Also don't particularly fancy, you know, having a Sonya diving the backline while we've got to deal with those two ranged damage dealers, so yeah, remove that. Thank you very much. Then we team grabs a Karazim, which is also an unusual choice, unusual enough. But yeah, we asked our teammate if he could pick a solo laner instead of Junkrat. Doesn't look like he wants to oblige. So yeah, we're gonna have to deal with that, it looks like. Then we team grabs a Muradin as well. That's okay. Obviously you have to watch out for it. He instantly locks in the Junkrat. He's got no interest in playing to win. He just wants to play Junkrat. But I mean, it's an alright map for Junkrat, but definitely not in this composition. We've got a fantastic 4-man team here with the setup that we've got. Junkrat doesn't particularly add anything. He just looks like fodder for the Muradin Chromie. But nonetheless, that's what we've got. So that's what we unfortunately have to deal with here. Enemy team probably looking for a solo laner for another tanky hero as their final pick. We'll see what they I don't remember what they ended up locking in. We will see, but I do grab Valla as that final pick. We need some heavy damage. They actually go for Lily. Lily can solo lane, and to be fair, they're actually, I suppose they are a bit more free to not pick a solo laner, seeing as we don't really have a good one either. But I think that's probably a mistake as well from the enemy team in terms of drafting. They would have been much better served by having a big beefy solo laner that can big beefy second tank, can put pressure on our front line and our back line, and then therefore remove pressure by being a threat themselves on the enemy team's back line. But there you go. That is the draft. See you guys over in the game. Alright guys, here we are loading into Tomb of the Spider Queen. I actually realized in the cut there that I should also point out, I've been harsh on the Junkrat pick, right? That Junkrat has received substantial buffs in the very same patch that I was mentioning where Valla's Q build was slightly nerfed. So yeah, on live servers Junkrat won't be as bad a pick as it is here. But yeah, nonetheless, here we are, and yeah, obviously I had to pick Valla here. The synergy with the Tassar is really good. We need something that does heavy damage. But going into this game, obviously there's a bunch of stuff. Unfortunately, Junkrat is AFK, thanks. But yeah, we've got a bunch of stuff to watch out for here, which is that like our team is very low on damage. Like Lucio does almost none. Garrosh, they have to avoid the combo, and Junkrat is kind of just poke, but it's nothing too scary. So there's going to be a lot of focus on me. Like, I am the priority kill target. If they kill me, I mean, they win the team fight, really. So that's something I'm going to have to always be watching out for. You can see I'm able to position quite aggressively here at this point. We're able to juke out as well. Tassar gets focused a little bit. Karasim is going in. Junkrat being late to the party didn't particularly help us. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty ignorable in terms of that. I got a little bit of lag in that game, so just kind of shaking the camera there, trying to get a feel for how the game is going to be responding. Focusing in on that Murden, going to vault out then, knowing the Chromie is aiming to shoot at me. Unfortunately, wasn't enough to get the kill, is it though? Yeah, Tassar picks up the kill off the end, so that's cool. We have to be super safe here because we're going to have, you know, there's the threat. If we get hit by anything, we could die. Going to actually run top lane. You can see the whole enemy team. So is this dangerous? Not really, because the whole enemy team is actually down towards the bottom of mid. In fact, our team picked up a second kill off of that, which is really nice. And there's a big wave here, so I really want to come in and soak this. I'm going super deep into this wave to pick up that globe because I can see that they're nowhere nearby, right? I've seen them on the minimap. I know where they are. There's actually no threat to me here. Watching out, actually, there we go. Hello, Mr. Dark. Gonna hit him with the Q. We do get the kill. We sidestep a little bit, and Murden actually misses his Storm Pelt, which is nice, because we could have been in a bit of trouble if not for that. And at this point, with this pushed in, I'm looking to Hearthstone here. We've got teammates in position, i.e. Junkrat, to be able to soak those waves, so it's not a big deal. And I want to be coming back. I want to basically be as high on HP for as much of this game as possible, because there's constantly the threat that we can get one shot or focus. So I'm kind of going like, yo, Junkrat might be nice there if you could soak that top wave. Like everyone else is in position to soak middle, so we just missed a bunch of unnecessary XP up top that Junkrat could have gone soak, but he's kind of just doing his own thing. He's dying actually from the looks of it. All right, well, I mean, why would you soak waves when you can die instead? That's the real question. Asking the real questions here in today's episode of Heroes of the Storm. It's a good Storm Bolt. We've got a shield on us, so we can be pretty aggressive here, bearing in mind that we do heal a bit off the shield. We're able to sidestep the Chromie stuff. So obviously, you can see in this game, we're going to be paying an awful lot of attention to Chromie. She's really the one to watch. But yeah, you know, you can take quite an amount of your health bar as damages Valla quite quickly, but it also means that you can get it healed up quite quickly. So we can use those things to our advantage, and obviously going aggressive, we've got the Tassar shield on us, does reward us. So I want to go and kill that thing because it's healing them, but I'm not going to be able to. I'm going to try sidestep there a little bit. Now you can see they've used their spells, so I'm not too worried anymore. Just make sure we don't get hit by the Chromie spells, and we're fine. But yeah, you can see whenever their cooldowns are down, I'm going really aggressive. This is really important, right? I've been talking about this recently too, is playing around your opponent's cooldowns. Even though we're low on health and could be killed very, very quickly, so long as they don't have their cooldowns available, if they've just spent them, well then they're not available to hit us, so we can actually be fine. Chromie's kind of firing blind there to try get us. She hasn't managed to yet, so that's cool. But yeah, I'm just trying to be kind of elusive, mysterious. Just try to avoid them as much as possible. Run sort of wave clear duties up here up top, and that's okay. Clear these things out. This would be a good opportunity for Chromie to shoot me. She decides not to, though. That would have been a good... I mean, shoot the regen globe's pretty smart. We're just kind of sitting there waiting, see if we can spot them. Chromie's low on mana, so I'm feeling fairly safe to come in here quite aggressive. Do some damage to her. Karasim actually gets knocked back into our team. We're going to try focus basic attacks in on him. There we go. We do get the kill. Karasim kind of going a bit crazy there with his faster punches at the start. And you see, even there, I'm not certain about where the enemy team is, so we get a kill, but I'm not willing to push further forwards up. I mean, Tassar's down, which is some of our protection. I don't have enough HP left, and the enemy team probably has their cooldowns coming back up. The team fight's been happening for a while, so just going to play it safe and back up. You can see whenever Chromie's got her cooldowns up as well, we're moving, right? Juking away. Move to somewhere she doesn't expect us to be, so that she can't hit us. That's the goal. Here our goal as well is to wave clear and do damage as we go. Just firing those basic attacks into him. Now Chromie does have... You can't dodge Bronze Talons, right? Bronze Talons does damage no matter what. But we're able to get some bit of decent damage back on her as well. Both healers though healing it back up, so nothing much comes of it. And we're just specking into multi-shot talent. So this is the multi-shot build. That was a good shot by Chromie. Should have dodged that and it didn't. We're able to juke away though, so she's not going to hit us. But yeah, you get Hot Pursuit at level 1. When you're at 10 Hatred stacks, you start getting mana regen and bonus movement speed. That bonus movement speed is going to be crucial because we need to be ourselves dodging Chromie and Nazebo skill shots, and also, you know, kiting Muradin and the other heroes, kiting them and dodging Muradin skill shots as well. Where possible, we need to be doing all of those things. This is actually quite dangerous, getting caught in the Muradin combo and slowed down. So that's why I'm being kind of passive here. And Kerosene goes quite deep, so we're able to focus in on him a bit. Gonna try take that down. We did fire a couple of shots, take it out with the multi-shot. Focusing in on Kerosene, try get him down. Gonna vault in. Probably shouldn't have done so, probably should have stayed back further. Was hoping he didn't have Dwarf Toss available, but he did. Wasn't keeping track of that one. So he does manage to escape. But yeah, you take the Punishment at level 4, which increases multi-shot damage per Hatred stack. And then take Arsenal at level 7, which fires some grenades with your multi-shot and gives you cooldown reduction on multi-shot when you hit players. So you can see I'm just standing still in the middle of this lane at this point. Why am I doing that? It's because I know the enemy team is nowhere nearby. I can see them on the map and I'm keeping track of where they might or could be. So we're able to go pretty aggressive there. Li Ming is very dead, which... not Li Ming, Lily. Lily's like Li Ming, except more panda-like. And we're able to keep a fairly aggressive stance and poke quite a bit. We sidestepped the thing. We're actually able to put some pretty good damage here on the Chromie and just focus her down. She's got almost no mana and she's actually out of position. So she does hit us with Temporal Loop, but we're actually able to kill her before she fires anything off. So yeah, that was kind of nice. That was a good example, I think, of going forwards aggressively, spotting that she was actually not in the best spot. So even though she had Temporal Loop available, we were actually good to go. And with that, this is really nice. This is a pretty big win. I'm actually going to smash this well to get our stuff onto the fort as soon as possible. This Kerosene was taking massive damage. He's almost dead. Muradin is in behind. He got knocked back by Lucio, so I missed my Q there, which is a mistake. Should probably be keeping track of that stuff. But yeah, here we go. Fort goes down. Gonna wave clear here as well with our W. Get those minions killed. Keep this pushing forwards as much as possible. This looks like legitimately some pretty good keep damage. We go for the stun, but Lily was actually thrown behind us. Hit her with the second stun. She gets taunted at the same time. Chromie doing some good damage to us though. So we're gonna back up at this particular point. Level 11 to level 9. This is a pretty good lead. And the enemy team has been drawn towards those top couple of lanes. So going to come down here and be able to clear out these waves pretty quick. Stack up a little bit of hatred, then fire off our multi-shot. So you don't want to necessarily hang on to multi-shot until you've got 10 hatred. Yeah, sure, it increases the damage. But it depends. Like, obviously the more hatred stacks you have, the better, right? But you can hold on to it for a little while. Rip Junkrat somewhere. You can hold on. You can throw out that multi-shot earlier if you want that burst a little bit quicker. We're very close to being able to trigger a second wave for Web Weavers, which would have been nice, but such is not our luck, unfortunately. Chromie does have vision on us, so just going in a safe way. We can come back here a bit more aggressive. We're looking to see, is Skyrush going to get anybody? Move forwards. We actually take the stun to our face. Gonna fall out of that. Okay, nice move by Garrosh. We're able to land a stun there in on top of the Nazebo. He gets taunted to follow up, and that's a beautiful kill. Again, we're standing to the side here so that Chromie can't hit us and our teammates at the same time. And with that, we're able to keep churning out some pretty good damage. Poor old Lily gets flung in by Garrosh. She's having a very good game here. She's totally on her own as well, the Chromie. She's isolated. Follow her up with the basic attacks. Again, because we got that movement speed at level 1, we're very easily able to chase her. We've got 20% bonus movement speed. She doesn't have any. So yeah, Chromie's in such a rough spot there. We're able to vault in. We got plenty of burst damage, and we're able to take her out pretty quick. And this is looking real nice for us here. Almost level 13 to level 11. There we go. Lucio is going to trigger the next wave of Web Weavers, which is great. And at this point, I'd say the real goal is to get those 2 final forts down, and just get a nice experience lead, which we can continue to push deeper into the game with. So at this point I was going, what do I want to pick? Go for Gloom in this game. I think it's definitely the safer option. So we can spend our hatred to give us spell armor, which is really nice, especially if Chromie does any shenanigans. It means that we can survive Chromie combo if needs be. It's just, also will limit the Nazebo damage, so just if we ever get caught out, it will just mitigate. It also gives you passive spell armor, which will mitigate lots of damage. So I figure in this game, it's definitely the better option. You know, burst damage from their spellcasters is what's concerning me, and that helps address that. I do like Tempered by Discipline too. If they don't have spell damage or burst or anything that you're worried about, then sure. But in this game, you know, we've already got Tastar to give us Leech anyway, so it's not that important. Gloom will serve us better. So we're getting a nice push in here top, which is fantastic. This is the boss lane as well. We don't follow up the stun on the taunt, but we get the kill nonetheless, which is good. He's in very deep. Good dash by Karazim, just jukes that. We're kind of stepped to the side. Unfortunately, we don't predict it quite right. And Chromie does hit us with some spells, but it's okay. Gonna finish off the Gargantuan and start shooting away at the keep here. Fire our W through as well, get some extra damage out. Now we're in a little bit of a rough spot, has to be said. Trying to pop our damage as we go here. Pop Gloom, and you can see the Gloom kicking in right there. Keeps us alive. Karazim is deep as well. We're able to finish him off too. We're just firing some basic attacks as we go. Lucio giving us a nice speed boost as well. But the basic attack against the heroes, that's often worth doing as Valla. Because obviously you get movement speed from your trait. It's often worth sacrificing the small amount of movement it takes to stutter step. Your basic attack is very fast as well. I don't know what Junkrat's been doing this entire time or why he's turning in 11 gems, but he is, so yeah. But yeah, you get that movement speed's real nice, and it's often worth giving up. What? Oh boy, oh boy. Rip. I think he probably was dead from those spiders, which is why he didn't keep running. What he was doing there in the first place, what he's been doing this entire game is still a legitimate question, but in that case I think he just wanted to die quicker to the spider so that he'd respawn a couple of seconds faster. I think that's fair enough. Murden's looking for us, kind of vault away from him as he goes for the Stormbolt, sidestep the Chromie stuff. Again, sidestep the Chromie stuff. We're going to be okay, but obviously kind of threading the knife's edge here. We want to be wave clearing fairly aggressively, seeing as Junkrat is dead. We don't want to take any major risks, we're just going to stand back. Got the sound barriers come out. Just trying to do as much damage as we can. I actually made a mistake there. I should have used my heroic earlier. We had 2 charges. That was my bad. I think we could have perhaps kept Tastar alive. It was a nice position. Good force wall. Should have followed that up with the Rain of Vengeance. It's too slow actually using that, and that actually cost us pretty heavily, I think. Rain of Vengeance through here now, trying to, obviously, again, you can see position to the side of our team. We're just flanking, right? Because if they've tried, they can't focus us and our team at the same time. So when we're in that flank position, it actually opens us up to doing way more damage because we're totally safe, right? We can see, obviously, very clearly when Chromie tries to target us because she has to aim away from everyone else and totally to the north-hand side, for example. It splits Murden away as well. Lucio is kind of going, oh shit. Good task shield on the Lucio just to be safe. I like that. We're going to grab Frost Shots here at level 13. So Frost Shots is going to, level 16. Improves the range for a multi-shot and makes it apply a slow as well. I was thinking, you know, Manticore might not be bad in this game, seeing as we are obviously shooting Murden a lot, and it would be pretty nice, but I think the value of the multi-shot talent is bigger in this particular situation. This is that safer wave clear. They do have a lot of ranged heroes, so it's going to be more consistent multi-shots onto those heroes, and the slow should be quite nice in terms of adding that extra layer of crowd control as well. It's small, but it does add up to fairly substantial gains. Alright, we're looking for a nice little flank here. Now, Tastar is Heartstoning, but if we can catch someone out, that'd be good. We're getting the turn in. Garrosh has enough gems, but he's not using them. That's a good thing by Chromie. We get caught out. Big mistake by me. We get caught out. Chromie pops her... What's it called? The time thing. It was really dumb. So, yeah, I'm saying my bad, team. My bad. I felt like we've been playing really well this game, actually, overall. And then that was just really derpy. Obviously, Tastar wasn't there. I don't even know what I was thinking. It was just a whole bunch of bad decisions. And yeah, we got killed very quickly. It was a great follow-up by Nazebo. I was kind of hoping that maybe they would be panicking, trying to stop our turn-in. Because, you know, obviously we could have got the turn-in. So I was hoping they'd be rushing to try to cover both the points and that maybe they'd overstep. But yeah, it was a total overstep actually on my part. So that actually puts us behind in terms of experience. And, you know, like, although I've been playing really well this entire game so far, a big mistake in the late game like that, I mean, we're not super late game, but we're coming up to it, that can cost you really hard. And you can see right now, actually, you know, we've been pushed in by bruisers, the enemy team is down bottom. We're in a pretty tough spot overall. So I'm trying to clear out this mid lane. I'm also obviously keeping an eye down bottom, trying to cover this as much as I can. We do get the kerosene with that stun. Murden gets thrown back. He does have Dwarf Toss. He Dwarf Tosses out. The enemy team is diving pretty deep in here. Nice catch on them. I fired the multi-shot the wrong way. We almost get killed, but we're going to be okay. Sound barrier just come out. A little bit late, but at least it's there to ensure that we don't die, which is nice. And I'm just going to come up here and clear out this mid lane. So yeah, pretty sketchy defense there. We got put in a very bad spot because I had a very bad call to dive that Chromie. And Decimate has left the game. I think that's our Tassadar. I think that's Tassadar. Nonetheless, with Kerosene dead, we're in a good spot here. We can, like I'm saying, boss and turn in. Be pretty good. I don't think I noticed that Tassadar disconnected, but it should still be fine. So what we want is we only need 2 gems, right? We want one person to turn in the 2 gems. And then we want to obviously take the boss with the other people. Garrosh grabs Tassadar. That's smart thinking from the Garrosh. I like the way he's played. I think I played a few games with him. I think he's a Murden in the Greymane video I did as well. Nice player. Really want to turn in those gems, so we're being very, very late on it. I mean, we had lots of opportunities to send someone there. I mean, the Junkrat could go. Fortunately, Tassadar would have been ideal, but unfortunately he has a bot. But yeah, so this is totally desynced. What you want to do is you want to turn in the gems before you take the boss, so that the boss and the Web Weaver are pushing together. As you can see, they're very, very desynced right now. So they're going to be going different. They're going to be going in a different time. So the enemy team will have time to do lots of damage to the boss before the Web Weaver even arrives. Luckily, the lane is pushed up pretty far, so at least there's that. The Web Weaver will spawn pretty far down, but yeah. And see again, we're being pretty careful here in terms of our positioning. We're going quite far back. Following a stun there on the combo. Again, just being careful. Being careful. Kerosene going real deep. We're able to take him out. Backing off again just in case there's follow-up. And we got the kill, so we're winning. There is follow-up, as you can see. Lucio gets taken out. But you see this Nasibo is way too deep. I don't know what he's doing. He's slowed down. Able to vault forwards. He's going to pop there. He's got no mana, so he's no threat at all. And down he goes. Murden is deep. Miss our Q like a boss. But Murden is still going to die. Nice force wall to ensure that. And here we are. We're on the core, which is nice. Chromie's here somewhere, but she's the only, the sole defender left alive, so not too much pressure. We're just going to stand back. We've got Firefly Quiver now. We're going to stand back here and just shoot away. We're safe from Chromie here. She's nowhere near us. Junkrat's respawn back at base. I think he tried to... Yeah, he did use his heroic on Chromie. Doesn't matter in the end, drives her away. She's super low on life. Oh, she gets a revenge kill. We finish her off the multi-shot. And the core goes down to a catapult. And that's game over. So, yeah. There we go. I think that was it's a nice game on Valla. Apart from that one exceptionally derpy call in the mid-game, I think we had a really good game. We get MVP. We're top of a whole bunch of things right there. And I think it was nice because it wasn't the hardest game, sure, but it wasn't the easiest either. Like you saw, there was a lot of positioning concerns, a lot of always thinking multiple cooldowns to try to be keeping track of to make sure we don't get focused down and staying safe. We're able to output like double the siege damage of anyone else on our team and plenty of hero damage as well. That's the build, standard enough multi-shot build. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Like a look in at a Valla game. Being as aggressive as possible while also paying attention to a few quite crucial abilities that could take us out fairly quickly if we're not being careful. So I'll see you all next time. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. See you next time for more Here's the Storm. Bye bye.